Welcome to LA, screams the homeless man robed in army fatigues that are far too tired to be from Afghan-Irakistan and the modern-day Call of Duty zones. Welcome to LA, he repeats for the benefit of the deaf. Everybody in this fucking city is deaf, blind, and mute too. For Christ's sake, this city is full of the senseless, but even the senseless know better than to tell their fair weather friends that the ends are always justified by the means, or we shouldn't talk to that man because he isn't clean, or we shouldn't look at them because they shouldn't be seen, even when their faces are green from choking on the filth in these streets. They call it Union Station, but the only thing united here is the middle class's growing fear that, God forbid, they might have to share a seat with some of welfare's finest. Excuse me, honey, that Purell is not a poverty deterrent, so please stop spreading it all over your Miracle Whip fantasy world. Welcome to LA. You going to Disneyland? We ain't got Mickey Mouse here, but some of my best friends are actual rats. Welcome to LA. You're using the buddy system, not because black people scare you though, right? Welcome to LA. You want to go home now, don't you? Welcome to LA. You got a buck? La Ciudad de Los Angeles. Sounds like a modern-day El Dorado. Except, fuck you, I'm busy is our motto. Every angel here lives in the grotto behind the eyes of the human being, inside of the cardboard sleeping bag, underneath the overpass of the highway sticks that travel between the world of the living and the world of the not really living. But we don't have poor here. No, we just have temporarily disadvantaged millionaires.
Let's go.
Shit.
Welcome to LA. I haven't eaten in 3 days. Do you think your Christian God can show you the way and help me pay for a $2 hot dog? Even a cold dog would be fine. And could you take this rainwater and turn it into wine? Because alcohol can take this mind and turn it off. Because I don't want to feel this shit anymore. Welcome to LA, where we are who we are because you think we didn't work hard enough. Welcome to LA, where the trickle-down effect only means that the rain falls harder on shopping carts than it does on Cadillacs. Yeah. Welcome to LA, and fuck you too, Mitt Romney. Welcome to LA. You camped out for the Hunger Games while I camped out hungry for a can of beans. Welcome to LA. My name is Hank, and I'm somebody's son just like you. If you only knew what I could teach you with just one look, that you could read this broken face like a beautifully written book, if you had any idea what it took to get every wrinkle, every molecule of dirt exactly into place, just so you could wonder at this face the way Galileo wondered at space, the way MLK wondered at race, the way Occupy Davis wondered at mace in their faces because nobody else did except them and they made a goddamn difference. But you never hesitated to beat some faggot with your maggot-ridden Bible verses, and when the lepers gave you the chance to play Jesus, you spit in their faces. So tell me now that the Good Samaritan isn't just as fake as Captain America. Homeless man, that's a fucking superhero you could believe in.
When I was 5, my mommy read me stories of pink ponies prancing in golden fields, defeating monsters and befriending princes, rainbow fishes gliding past mermaids, combing their hair with silver shells. Tall trees that reached up past the skies, castles with never-ending staircases reaching up into heaven or the universe or the sunshine. I forgot which. When I was 12, I read stories of wizards time-traveling between spaces, zooming backwards and lurching forwards, scoring corridors to find their lost moments. Lady warriors battling brave knights, lovers' kisses still tangled in their hair. Wishing warlocks waiting for witches, auburn stitches revealing secret messages that only the heart could discern. When I was 16, my boyfriend weaved me stories of flowers unchurried and chocolate and cherries chasing dreams through sprinklers that sprayed grass between our toes. Broken bottles, bleached bleachers, grains of sand beneath our hands, grasped tightly, held desperately, whispered promises of surrender. Could you please just make it, just fake it, last forever? When I was 18, my grandmother told me stories of rice paddies and fish bones and bombs raining from the sky. Minced meat mixed with mines, mixed with fear, mixed with might, mixed with love. Dark-haired daughters scrambling onto boats, into oceans, engulfing tears of brave mothers clutching babies to their breasts. Drones of planes lifting and lying and flying and landing, delivering slippery feet testing this new land to call home. And now at 21, I write stories of fighters and fairies and feminists and fishers who caught dreams in their nets and cast them back into the world. Fair wages and fresh fruit trees grown, planted, plucked, placed, and plucked by working mothers, singing fathers, singing songs of justice and marching and moving and making a home, a haven, a world in which fireworks are the only explosions that light up the sky. And one day, darling, you will read these stories, hear these stories, and they will pour into your mouth, into your ears, into your soul. And you will know that I am writing, I am fighting to make these stories come true.
It's not that I couldn't be a father. I could definitely be a daughter's father, but I couldn't go any farther than that, because while daughters are a mystery, a son is all too clear to me. I know their passions, I know their fears, I know what makes them make mistakes just for the sake of learning the perfect balance in this world of give and take. I know why sons go after someone else's daughter, or I know why sons sneak around even though they know that they'll get caught. And I know why sons hate that goddamn Cat Stevens song just as much as their fathers love it. Because what the hell does Cat Stevens know about them? But then they get to the second verse, which is even worse, because a son never wants to feel that hurt that only comes from breaking his father's heart. And I know why sons want to leave home almost as soon as they learn how to walk, and I know why sons only want to talk to strangers, not because it's dangerous, but because they've got this big shining world at their fingertips. And I know why sons want to explore, is because when they explore, they become more than just children, gradually increasing in size. They become the stuff of legends. And I know why sons get confused when the pretty girls don't like them. Or even worse, when the pretty girls do like them, because young daughters are just young sons in the sense that they have no idea what they're doing. Daughters are just better at faking it. And I know why sons hate the fact that the family car ruins their image as rock stars with their own studio apartment, frequenting the coolest clubs and bars with total disregard for the fact that they're still in the 6th grade. And I know why sons want to self-destruct, because sometimes the only way you can make a mark is with a scar. And that's the problem right there. That's why being the father of a son would be hell, because I know how sons function all too well, and because I know myself, I can't help but predict the future of this hypothetical child who is many years and miles away from me now. But then I wonder if my father ever dreamt of having a son. If in his mind he could envision what I would become, and even though my story has just barely begun, I know at times I have been his nightmare. But Dad, you never tried to wake up from this dream. You never did anything but believe in me and tell Pinocchio that he was a real boy even though he didn't want to be. And for that, my gratitude extends to the end of eternity. So I will pay you back for those broken windows and closet doors, and for the education that took the place of you buying a house that was finally yours. But that would be it. After all that, I will still owe you more. No, the only payment that will ever give me peace of mind is if in some alternate universe at some moment in time, if I have a son of my own, I pray to God that I can do for him what you have done for me.
I was looking at a bubble when I noticed that rainbows appeared on its skin.
The bubble rose up in the air.
I saw the world seen by those who walk on their heads.
A world where leaves sink deep into the sky, growing trees with blossoming roots. Water flows up, making canals.
Laugh lines in the sky.
Books read from
Right to left, and jump ropes make slapping noises as they brush the skies. Mountains are stalactites that hang from
the heavens.
Tears fall up, and everyone seems to be smiling.
This was a world where all women wear mini skirts, and no one accuses them of
asking for attention, where the word rape is rearranged to spell pear, and eaten with cottage cheese and raisins.
Racism almost makes charisma if you add a few letters.
A world where WAR is an acronym for We Are Reunited.
We are reunited.
We are reunited.
There is no need for peace marches.
So instead,
we occupy beaches
and libraries, catching tans while reading paperbacks.
They give a perspective about people.
Where Katrina is only a name.
And the lower ninth ward is,
of course, Upper 6th Avenue.
In this world, the only drugs are endorphins, and people shoot up on the thrill of just being alive.
There's no disrespect, disregard.
Disinfectant. Diseases are treated with bark and plants and meditation.
Humans have transparent skin, and Obama
still won the election. Haitian buildings crumble up in defiance. Dusty-faced children scrambling from rubble into comfortable homes.
Afghani women wear what they want. Burqa, Prada,
nada.
Corporations are a silly name for relationships, and all the CO2 and methane in the air turns to snowflakes.
Which taste like Tic Tacs. Animals are not served for dinner, but at dinner.
The oceans are as clear as the skies below, and rainbow fish are seen every day.
Storks still fly belly up to deliver babies, so sex is purely for pleasure, and every child is a choice.
And a blessing. The peoples live for the sound of silence. Right after laughter.
Cancer can be massaged out, and the only types of AIDS are lemonade
and limeade. Where rice beads are a child on the the block.
Corn is eaten in tortillas and cornbread and is not used for everything.
Where swimmers float upstream and salmon are confused.
Every child is born with 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and healthcare. Adults and children alike hang by their knees, catching stardust on their tongues.
I wondered if this could be a dream, or just a world that lies right beneath our closed eyelids.
I tried to swallow as much as I could, but before my thirst was quenched, the bubble flipped me right side up again. Or was it wrong side down?
These people like to murmurar were the first and last words I heard before entering the house. They were intended as a warning, father to son, like the one about not wearing pink in public. These words were really the first volley of friendly fire from the front lines, forcing me to raise my defenses, since the folks inside won't let me forget that murmurar means to talk shit about my painted fingernails. My mom used to repeat the mantra before I would head to my dad's house, not home. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. These were once words to live by, but recently I realized that words have been weaponized, used to justify taking lives the world over. Wait, I said that wrong. Lies have been used to justify taking over the world. But don't get me wrong, because I don't want to downplay the ways in which words affect me in my everyday life. Because I wrote this poem for me, so it's going to be what I need it to be. And it may sound selfish, but I'm more worried about the domestic, more concerned with what's happening on the house not home front, more focused on the stepmotherland. Because I am descended from a long line of sharpshooters, whose sharp tongues hurl hollow shotgun shells of words that always seem to hurt worse than sticks or stones ever could. Bricks and wood can be broken, and so can I. But I'm not talking about bones. They're words. Rattle around inside my mind, shattering my psyche, and I find that the sharpshooter gene has passed over me. Like, I can spit hot fire on the mic, but a flamethrower is far less precise than a sniper. The fire rages out of control in my belly. My esophagus blisters and burns, flames lick my lips, but I can't spit them out fast enough. And I'm not sure I want to, because I've never learned how to turn a weapon on anyone, let alone my own family. And I'm afraid of what might happen if my little sisters get caught in the crossfire. When words miss their mark, they ricochet. Until they find the way to head, to embed themselves in, and when all is said and done, words can make one believe in a gender police state, where gender treason is one reason kids get beat in the back of the head, and citizen's arrest is everyone's civic duty. It starts with an oldest son, who lets his hair grow too long. Frank becomes Francine to his father. Next, the oldest daughter. She cuts her hair too short. Ruth is now Bruce. Next is Isabella. She can rock basketball shorts and a baseball cap with the best of them, but I've never seen her more embarrassed than when U.S. Customs mistook her for a boy. And her parents said, that's what's happened when you're dressed like this. I could care less, but the first thing we did when she got home was change into a dress. Last is my youngest sister, Maya. And she gives me hope because I know that she has only the best intentions in mind when she asks me the question, why are your fingernails painted? And I don't necessarily believe in happy endings, but I do believe in new beginnings and the benefit of the doubt. So I'm going to stop and take it from the top. These people like to murmurar were the first and last words I heard before entering the house. They were intended as a warning, father to son, like the one about not wearing pink in public. But these words were really his way of saying, we've missed you. Welcome home.